Right now here at G.H.O.S.T, G.H.O.S.T has like crazy activity. When we did an investigation here, and I'll just explain it really quick with you guys, but when we got some like 5 EVPs right over here by the tree. First it was some mumbling. Then the next thing is I said, okay, if you're talking to us, what's your name? He said, Michael. And I said, okay, Michael, I said, how did you die? By a knife, by a gunshot? And he said, by gunshot. And then the next EVP we got, we said, okay, why don't you touch one of us on the shoulder? And he goes, no, touch me on the shoulder. The next thing he said was, I said, what are you doing right now, Michael? And he said, Michael says, and we're talking about 12 witnesses, 3 recorders going on, and all 3 recordings have these EVPs. And Michael says, I am so cold. And the history of this house, it was built like in the 1800s, so like 4 people died here. There was on this property, you had Native American Indians and you had settlers who actually got into a skirmish. So you had some fighting out here. So you have bloodshed in the property. Back in the tree, way in the back, you have a witch that was possibly hung and buried there. Richard, you want to say anything?
No, go ahead.
No? Okay, so definitely there's a lot of death here. But besides all the death, over in Lodi, I think it was something like in 1893, a oval-shaped type UFO landed, and the stagecoach came and it had 2 people on it. The horses went crazy and everything else, and they saw this UFO. And out from the UFO, these aliens came, and they were holding an egg, a lighted egg, and was approaching them. They thought they were going to be abducted, and they took off. During the same time in Sacramento, you were also getting the airship type UFO activity. Before I talk to Ghost over here, okay, and the Ghosts are the ones running the Skywatch, I'm going to say that we have Ghost here, but we also too have San Joaquin. Crystal, come over here for a second. Okay, and stop right there, young lady, because you're in the light. Okay, so Crystal, what group are you with?
I'm the founder and lead investigator of San Joaquin Valley Paranormal Research. We're based in Stockton, and we are this area's TAPS family team members. And if you guys don't know who TAPS is, because not a lot of people know who TAPS is, the Atlantic Paranormal Society, who are the ghost hunters on Sci-Fi Channel. So we handle all of their cases that they send to us that get referred to them, because, you know, that get referred to them, they send them to me. Me and a couple of other teams in this area, but for the majority, I get the most of them. So that's where I'm from.
Fantastic. Thank you, Crystal, for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Can you introduce your team members?
Yes, I have 2 of my team members here. This is Lisa Gottschalk. She is my tech savviness, my comedian, one of my core True Blue investigators, and this is Louise, another one of my True Blue investigators. They do just about every investigation that comes to us with me. So this is, you know, these 3 plus 2 of my other core members aren't here tonight, but this is the main 5. 3 of the main 5. There you go. 3 of the main 5. So.
Well, thank you, Crystal, for being here. Also, too, another thing that was really odd and strange that happened here, and Richard Rivas will explain to you what happened.
Okay, I was out here frog gigging one night, and I took a picture of I was filming the ground, because I was trying to show my friends about the frogs, because they wanted to come out and frog gig with me. And it was broad daylight, it wasn't even nighttime. And I was filming the frogs, and I just went up, and my car was parked in the shade. There's only one spot with shade out there. So I went up, and I started going like this, and I looked at the camera. My car's in the camera when I'm filming it, but then when I would come back, my wife's looking at the camera, and she noticed the car's not in the camera. And my wife was in the car, and she was drinking a soda and having lunch while I was filming the car. So the car disappeared in the video, and I still have that. So
yeah, we actually saw the video. It was really weird.
And
so
the birds were acting funny.
Yeah, the car's there. Then as they pan the shot again, car's not there. Yeah, so that's bizarre. And okay. So, and we got other people here. Before I get to Ghost, look at her. They're impatient. Okay. I got Roberta. Hello, Roberta. Okay, she's a new investigator. We got Sherry over here, and Merle. She was picking up on some stuff. What was it you were talking about? Something in the bathroom?
There's a total of 20 spirits in the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
And downstairs we went to the basement actually, and there's 30 in there.
So there's a total of 50 spirits here. Total of 50.
30 in
But a total of
but
50,
the,
yeah.
no, there's 19 in one room,
Oh.
there's 20 in
Oh.
the bathroom, there's 10 in one I think the dining room, the family room, and there's 9 in one the big bed.
Oh, wow.
And there's another thing that we didn't tell you guys about. In the front room, we had a friend that just got out of prison, and he came over and he spent the night. They were drinking, and my cousin and him, and well, everybody was going to bed. My cousin told the big guy, because he was a big old buff guy, and they told him, "Well, get the blanket, lay down on the couch, and we'll take you home in the morning," because they were drinking. He said, "Okay." Well, about 15 minutes later, he comes knocking on the bedroom door, slamming the door. He's just knocking. He's, "Let me in, let me in." So my cousin let him in and goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Don't tell me you guys were joking around with me, right?" And he goes, "Well, what happened?" He goes, "The blanket got taken off of me and ripped. It just flew away." And so he was freaked out, and he was like, he goes, "Well, just go back to bed. Nobody's messing with you." And then he said, "No way." He goes, "I'm sleeping in here." And he wouldn't go back in the front room at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Now, okay, well, usually, you know, when you have a climax, you have fireworks and all that. So I'm going to talk to the G.H.O.S.T team. G.H.O.S.T, what does G.H.O.S.T stand for?
I'm not saying it. It's the Ghost Hunting Observational Study Team.
Okay, and what are we doing here tonight? Why did you bring us here tonight?
We came here with you guys, of course, on the last investigation of the house.
Right.
When we pulled up, when we turned onto, what's the road? Jack-Tone.
Jack-Tone
Yeah,
and
Jack-Tone.
Liberty.
We turned off Liberty onto Jack-Tone. We made that left, and me and one of my investigators, he's over there. No, he's not. Where'd he go?
He's in the car.
He's in the car. But well, there's this giant white light in the sky, and we thought maybe we pulled over. We thought maybe this is a helicopter behind a cloud with a spotlight. But then we see this. It looks probably about this big from the windshield, and then we see this plane coming left to right, coming towards it. It's about that big. Whatever this wasn't something that I can identify. But the light was so bright, it was illuminating all the clouds like 50 feet around it. But then right when this plane flew over it, the light went right up to it, and they both disappeared behind a cloud. The light disappeared completely, and a plane came flying out the other direction. Right when we got here, I don't remember who it was I talked to, but she said her and her husband saw a white light up in the sky.
Oh, Stephanie Belson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her and her husband both saw this thing in the sky. And then I guess you actually have a picture of what we caught in the sky.
Yeah. And that was a week, 2 weeks later.
Yeah, 2 weeks after. That was like on the 7th, I think.
Yeah.
And he's seen the same things.
At
And
4:30 in the morning.
especially after Paul's story, and then the nuclear power plant, it just seems like a really good place to have base camp for Skywatch.
I've also read that reports go back to like 1990 in Galt. And in Lodi, like you were saying, I read a story of an abduction that happened in 1834, just before that thing that you described.
Well, right before
the gold rush.
Right before you guys all came, and before I even brought Paul here, like a week before that, there was something that landed in the field here, and it lit up the sky. I was on the bridge. I was frog gigging, and me and my wife were out there, and the whole sky, it was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It just lit up like broad daylight, and we couldn't figure out what it was.
And why we are here is because we are hosting a worldwide UFO hunt. We have people from Eastern Europe to California, and all day there's been, this morning MUFON reported 6 sightings in Illinois, then there was 2 sightings in Pennsylvania, and then an hour ago there were sightings in Texas, so they're moving west if there's something moving over right now. So we're going to have cameras towards the east, hopefully, and if we can catch them, we'll go on the west. That's our
And
plan.
actually, too, at 1 o'clock, NASA says that possibly we're going to get a solar flare hit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
That's
magnetic storm tonight,
good
so we're going to be able to